Hi, my name is Rebecca Whiteman, and I am an estate planning and probate attorney. Today I wanted to tackle the question of what's the difference between a will and a trust. To answer that question, I want to take us through three scenarios, okay? So, I want you to imagine for just a minute that you are wearing an oversized sweater. Maybe it's Christmas time. You just, gotten done with an ugly sweater party, and you're wearing this sweater. And for the purposes of this analogy, everything that's important to you is attached to that sweater. It's pinned to that sweater in some way. Okay, so let's say scenario one, you die, you didn't do any planning whatsoever. Zero planning is done. Okay, so if you die and you're wearing that sweater and all that stuff is attached to you, then the court is going to get involved. They're going to unpin all of that stuff that was pinned to you, and they're going to satisfy your creditors, whoever had claims against you, and then based on the laws of the state, they're just going to dole out who gets what. They'll decide who gets your kids, so you have no say. In the second scenario, you have a will. Okay, so here you're still wearing that sweater, but before you went to that Christmas party, before you ever, put yourself in harm's way, you yourself took off all of those things that were important to you on your sweater and you put them in a backpack. But you were still wearing that backpack. So it provided some level of protection, but everything was still attached to you as an individual. And because of that, when something did happen to you, the court got involved. And the first thing they had to say was, okay, they were wearing this backpack. Is that backpack theirs? Once they have established that it was your backpack, then they'll go ahead and still satisfy those creditors and then read the instructions that you've left in that backpack of who should get what of all of those precious things. Hopefully nothing gets damaged in the way because it's still attached to you as a person. The final way is through a trust. And in a trust scenario, you were wearing that oversized sweater, okay? And everything that was important to you was pinned to it. But before you went out to that Christmas party, before you put yourself in harm's way wearing that oversized sweater, you yourself unclipped everything, took everything off that was important to you, and you put it in a safe at home. Okay, and so you had complete access to that. You could change what was going in and coming out of that safe your whole life because you knew the code and you could access it. But when you died, or when something happened to you, nobody else knew how to get into that safe, right? Except for that you left some instructions and you said, if something should happen to me, here's the code, here's who can access it, and here's how I want things to go. It's all private. It's a separate entity now from you as a person, so the court doesn't have to get involved. It's not public. And on top of that, it can work for you if you're incapacitated, and a will only work for you if you're dead. But in this case, you can write that into your trust saying, if something should happen to me, then this person takes over. So it's a much quicker process. So that's a good way to think through sort of the broad picture, big picture of the differences between the two. And if you have any questions about that or you want to talk further, go ahead and give me a call. Again, my name is Rebecca Whiteman. I'm a estate planning and probate attorney. My phone number is 801-999-8223. I look forward to talking to you. Thanks.